Hello everyone. It is Tuesday, first Tuesday of quarantine. I'm once again bored. Though, I mean, I could do more optional schoolwork. There's always more to do. I could get ahead. But it's okay. Instead, we're gonna do a thrift flip because I've been meaning to do this for so long. But I haven't really ever had the time to. But now that I'm in quarantine, now that I can't leave the house, I have the time to do what I've been planning on doing. That's definitely one of the plus sides of not being able to go outside and hang out with your friends and do all the activities that you'd normally be doing, is that you have more time to do things that you've been putting off. And so that's something I'm looking forward to. I have two different things that I'm going to flip today. And so yeah, let's get to it. So the first piece that I'm going to work on is this, and now this is technically, I know I'm already cheating, this is not something that I thrifted, it was actually a hand-me-down, but it is secondhand, and I love the way it looks right now. But if you look here, the bottom, since it is a hand-me-down, is very worn out. So what I wanted to do is, right now, drawstrings are a very big trend, so I wanted to add this drawstring to the bottom of the crew neck, so that I can cinch it in a little bit more. And I'm really honestly I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work out and how it's gonna look, but it's always fun to try. So, and that's what I think is fun, is that you can be creative with these thrift flips and do it. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so here's our crew neck. And if you see right here at the bottom, it's making a tube of fabric already. It's how the bottom of most crew necks are, where there's this little tube type material. And what we're going to do is we're going to make two cuts right here that we're going to insert the drawstring in, just like a pair of pants that have a drawstring, how they have the two slits right there. This whole piece, the whole crew neck, is roughly 21 inches wide, so I'm going to be making cuts right at 10 and 11, right there. And it's 3 inches wide, so I'll be making them roughly along the 1.5 point line. Now I've made my 2 incisions, and I made sure not to cut through both sides, just cutting through one piece of the fabric. And now it's time for our drawstring. For the string, I am using a very old shoelace, very old and dirty shoelace, and I think it looks good. It looks kind of like the kind of shoelace that Emma Chamberlain would wear. I'm going insane. Would wear around her waist. That's kind of her thing that I know she does, and that's kind of where the drawstring trend, I think, kind of stems from. So yeah, here is the shoelace I'll be using, and I cleaned it, trust me. I used a lot of soap and water. This is just permanently there. I can't really do anything with it. But yeah, let's get this thing weaved through. Woo, I did it. So as you can see, they're just about long enough, and this will be good. Once I actually have it on and I have it tightened, it'll be much longer, and I'll be able to make an actual bow with it. If you want your drawstring to be more prominent and bigger, you can always tie 2 shoelaces together so that you have a lot more hanging off, but I decided I want to have a smaller bow. And I tested this out beforehand by just tying the shoelace around my waist to see what it would look like. So let's go try it on. Woo! Okay, so here's the finished product. And I actually love the way it turned out. I think it looks really cool. So you can either move the string more towards the top, so you get kind of a paper bag kind of look, or you can just move it to the bottom like this, and so that it just kind of covers it up. And it makes it a little bit more like this. I don't know what to call it. Boxy. But yeah, I think it looks really cool actually, and I'm very happy with this. So go me. I realized that I did this when I transitioned out of my intro, but I didn't do it to transition to the next thing. So let's try that again. Woo! Okay, so here is the next piece. It is this skirt that I thrifted from Le Goodwill. Love Goodwill, shout out to you. And see, it's quite long. It's a very much so a midi skirt kind of length. And when I bought this, I didn't know what I was going to do with it yet. I didn't know if I was going to change it or not. And I love the way it looks now. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the midi skirt. I know that midi skirts are kind of coming back into style right now. And I've worn it to church before. But that's the thing. I feel like if I made it shorter, it would make it a lot more casual and kind of everyday, something I could wear to school. Right now it's very 70s workwear, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love that. I love 70s workwear, but I wanted a little less workwear and a little bit more Rachel Green, late 90s, early 2000s schoolgirl kind of look, and I think that'll come if I make it a little bit shorter. So, after seeing how it is on me and seeing how long I want it, I've determined that I want it to be 18 inches long, and as you can see, there's a pleat right here. And I thought originally maybe I should just go above the pleat, that'll make it the easiest, but that's kind of high. Not a very long skirt. So I've determined that I think 18 inches is going to be the best length for my body type, and I just think that I'll feel very comfortable in an 18-inch skirt. So I'm going to cut it at 20 inches. And what this will do is that I'm going to have a 1-inch hem, so that's going to be a 1 inch between where the sewing line is and where the actual bottom of the skirt is. I'm going to mark off at 20 inches and then I'm going to cut. Okay, so here I am, I've made the cut. I think I did a pretty good job, all things considered. It's pretty clean. Now with my excess fabric, I am going to keep it. I keep all my excess fabric because, first of all, don't want to be wasteful, don't want to throw things out. There's so much clothing waste in landfills already. I don't want to add any more. I will probably end up making scrunchies out of it. Comment down below if you want to see that. Okay, so now I'm going to go iron where I'm going to put the hem. I'm folding it over so that I can iron it down, and it'll make it much easier when I'm going in and hemming. I have this on the wool setting right now. I'll see if I have to turn it up any higher. So here I have my skirt turned inside out, and I have up where I have ironed here, and I'm gonna go in and put the pins in. I finally finished. Look at it, I pinned it all. And again, this will really help when you're sewing to keep it all nice and neat. It's time for sewing. Woo! Here I am, I've loaded up my thread, my sewing machine, and let's get sewing. Woo! Count how many times I say woo in this video. Woo counter, woo! So here we are. I'm actually going to be sewing right along this blue line right there. Again, we're just going with the blue lines, really making it easy because they're about 1 inch apart. So that's where I'm going to be sewing, and it hopefully will be good. Hopefully I will sew in a straight line today. I will keep you updated. Woo! Okay, we finished sewing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron it out again, just to make it a little bit more flat. And then I'm going to hand sew a little bit so that I can stitch this side to here, just putting a little stitch right there, just to hold the flap more so in place. And then we will try it on and see how it looks. I literally didn't even have to use the seam ripper. Like, sometimes when I sew, I have to do it like 15,000 times because I just keep messing up. But I did it. So I'm very proud of myself. I hope you guys are proud of me. Thank you all for watching, and have fun in isolation.